I've never gone live from my laptop.
Are you about to start on?
It's already started. Oh, that's cool. You can share the screen too. I've always done it from my phone. If you're here, welcome. I just started. I got in at 12:04. Live should have started at 12. So thanks for your patience. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I am doing a live right now, so I need you to close my door. And matter of fact, well, I don't know if your uncle coming back in here, but just close it. Mm. So I've never, like I was saying earlier, I've never done. Thank you, Anita. I'm glad you can hear me, and I'm glad you're here. I've never done a live on my computer. It's so much better than the phone, though. Way better. I'm gonna give you all a few minutes to come in. Um, Now let's see. Those of you that are here, I just had a thought, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did just now. On my remote, I pressed override. I had a thought that it's only three of you here right now. Nero just dropped. So they're probably busy watching, Nero. But then I said, override. What is that to have my attention? It's okay. Because it's still going to make for a great video. Because I'm just going to go over some stuff about the manual and any questions that the people who are here have. That's it. Hi, Becky. Hello. It's things like that I want to show more of. Me actually using the system itself. I left my tea somewhere. But yeah, me actually using the manual as well as my remotes. So that was a perfect example. The same attention that it took me to think that, it also took me to recognize stillness because it takes a pause and then choose another code. And I chose it by pressing override. Forget that. Who cares? Who's supposed to be here is going to be here. That's it. That's all that matters. And even if they're not, I'm just command. I'm in the live, close the door. There's a lot of traffic in my house right now. It's the weekend. My hair looks crazy. And it's hard to fix the camera because it's not going which way. It's got me flicked it. Anyway, hey girl, just woke up. Nice. I'm glad you're here. Good morning. Well, afternoon. Now, does anybody have any questions? I have my manual in hand and I want to go over some membership stuff. I just pressed my execute all button before I very good. I love that. Use your damn remote. Yes. Be in it. I'm talking about in it. Okay. Be in it. You got to go all in to experience what's going on over here in this manual. Okay. I want to talk about memberships right now so we can get that out of the way. There is going to be, or there is a membership for the manual itself, and it's only manual related videos. Matter of fact, probably all of my videos will be manual related because this is just how you function. This is the operation, the mechanism that is always flowing in manifestation. The mechanism on your chart 1, which is on the very first page, is manifestation itself. I need you to consider it that way. That's manifestation. You don't manifest. Manifestation is happening all the time. That is the blueprint to manifestation. And you're not going to know what I'm talking about if you don't have a manual. And the manual is only $14.44. I left it at 14 for a reason. I don't know command. I'm just command. And again, you have to have a manual to know what I'm saying when I say command. When I say command and when I say companion command. I'm just command. So I left it. If it was supposed to go up, then nothing would have stopped me from making it go up. But everything stopped me from making it go up. So that's what I'm flowing with. That's what I'm riding with. But as you can see, a lot of my stuff has notes. It's going to be videos on my notes within my personal manual, as well as schematics. I want you to consider schematics like a personal handbook. Even me showing that to you all, there is a way for me to actually teach it. You got to think about it. It came from my brain. Through endless conversations of me just wanting to understand, because there's something. And that's what it was always for me. There's something. Hi, Shubi. I'm glad you're here. Greetings. But I kept pushing the narrative. This is easier than this. I still feel effort. There's still a little underlining of effort. And even in using these tools, it takes an effort to use them. But they are a lot more lighter, way more fun. And I am utilizing what is already coherent within you mentally and through your heart. You know for a fact that anytime you've pressed a button on anything, remote, radio, whatever, you expected it to do something. You just did. So we're going to use that. Why not use that? Why wouldn't I use that knowing to help you apply the functionings of manifestation, which is always running within you? It is a whole system. It's all systematic. So the membership that will be $29.99 per month will have videos on my personal notes. I am going to go over every single page, and you're also going to get webcam video of me. This is going to be video of me using my remote in real time, using my manual in real time against life. So I'm going to show you just how in it I really am. So the webcam videos, is going to be really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, that is in the first tier. The schematics, this is my personal handbook as the actual engineer itself, we'll say. And it breaks down the architecture of the mechanism, which we will call the manifestation blueprint. That is going to be $399. It shouldn't take you more than a month to go through it, and it's going to be a course. I'm going to go through everything step by step, video by video. I don't know how many videos it will be, but I'm working on it now. It's already started. I've already started recording them. Those will go up over there only. This is everything out of my brain, everything about the manual, everything that I know, everything that I've learned, and it's going to put a certain level of satisfaction within you. You'll be an engineer yourself by the time you're through. You will be a reality engineer. You're going to be so comfortable because you know how it works that the reality of the 3D will no longer faze you. Your fears will no longer faze you. Your doubts will no longer faze you. Those things are not going to matter the way that they do now, because you're going to know that your attention on them is the only thing that makes them matter. Think about that. Physical matter. It's the only reason why they matter, because you pay attention to it. Paying attention to things that don't matter will cost you every fucking time. The manual tells you that. If you know your manual, it tells you why. So I'm done talking about membership. I want you all to utilize me while I am here. And if you have any questions about the manual, what it is, or how to apply it to your own personal life, now is the best time to do so. And what time is it? So I want to get out of here maybe 12:30, 12:40. So don't be shy. Let me check this. And shout out to Founding 21. I see y'all in here. I can feel it in my body when I press the button. Exactly. Because it's a mental and heart coherence. And you know why you're pressing it. Guess who else knows why you're pressing it? God. You know why? Because the same awareness that it took you to press it was in me when I made it. You understand? We're all connected. There's no secret. That's why I love the manual. You don't even need belief. I don't need you to believe it. I need you to participate with your attention. Enough repetition of your participation through attention will render belief. It's just that simple. But you got to play. You got to actually come over here to experience it. Your stat codes are suggested. Let me see the manual. That's a great question, Anita. She says, when the manual suggests to follow your stat codes, how do I know what my stat codes are? Stat codes are just multiple buttons that you press at one time for a particular outcome. So let me go to that page. Hold on so I can show you. So you see the cheat codes, stack methods. It's telling you if you press a certain button plus another button, then it will equal. So if you have your manual, it'll be on that page. Universal Remote Dashboard, Human Operating Manual add-on. So it's the very add-on portion. Should be right before the remote itself or right after. And the good thing about it, Anita, is eventually when you play with those are just samples, just examples. You can make your own stat codes. I make my own all the time. Play with it. Like really have fun with it. Yes. Like Control Alt Delete on the keyboard. Exactly. Doing those three makes something else happen. So for instance, on my remote, I may want to override the resistance around a certain subject now. Play with it. Hello and welcome. But yeah, Anita, that's exactly right. That's exactly how it is. Becky, it's been fun utilizing the remote with the manual. I've had several experiences so far with almost yes, it's immediate. Let me tell you something. I found myself humanly like worried about maybe there's more that I can do and I should get more like people to get the manual and this and this and that. And I had to like step back, come in, because that's the avatar trying to be the OS again. It's very subtle, but it's there. And that's why it's so important for you to read your manual over and over again. I want you to familiarize yourself with how you actually work for real. There is nobody else out here that can break down the actual internal mechanics, giving you a visual chart of exactly what's going on. And within that group, you're going to know why certain arrows point to each box. I talk about what is called a hell loop within the schematics of it all. And I'm going to talk about it in the membership as well, because you all and so many others, including myself, have been in hell loops through attention, perception, thoughts, and beliefs. And to understand that more, I need to break it down in the video. And those types of videos will be in the membership. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. And there is no going back. And the level of comfort that comes with it is no amount of material can replace the calm conviction I have in just playing the game. I'm not afraid to just play it. I'm bold enough to assume that because of this coherence, I can utilize that same flow, that same energy for the sake of assumption to change my reality, to mirror back the play, to mirror back the fun, to show and reiterate to myself that the manual actually does work. So, yes, Becky, I've experienced immediate results. You know what I did? I would say override, meaning override any doubt or resistance that I have towards money now, money now, money now, until it satisfied me. You know what came in shortly after? Sales. Coincidence? I think the fuck not. I just overrided the old script, the old code, the old thoughts and beliefs. A belief is nothing but a thought that you continue to think. Assumptions are nothing but thoughts. Unconditional, do we go to stillness for a moment, or can we press the remote and get back to whatever busy thing we are doing? Does one work better? That's an excellent question, and I need you to hear me really clear when I say this. Stillness sustains everything. I'm going to break that down as well in a video. The chart is going to get hella broke down, you guys. You need that video. It takes stillness. There's a reason on your chart. Go to your first page. Let's do this together. You have your manual. Let's go. Because I'm going to show you something unconditional. If you look at thoughts and attention, what's right between there? Stillness. I have a video on the hyphen. You can check my page. There is always a space of stillness just before attention and a thought. So do we go still for a moment, or can we press the remote? Either one is going to utilize stillness, because exactly, I know you see, because stillness sustains all of it. Those are the certain breakdowns that I'm going to put in those videos in the membership. These are things that you're not going to know unless you experience them here with me first. But yes, so that's why I want you to take your attention from what works best. Stillness sustains all of it. So whatever you do is going to work best. That's why it doesn't matter. That's why this is the law of whatever the fuck you say it is. Because stillness sustains all of it. And the decision making, you as the avatar, the cursor, the pointer, you make those rules. Not me, not anybody else outside of you. I'm just the guide. Okay? Tanisha, the idea of remote is genuinely genius. It literally gets you going. Thank you. Thank you, Shubi. It really does. And it's a satisfying thing. Yes, I will be saving this live. For sure. Yes, that's what I did to bring back some clients. Nice, Becky. I love that. I absolutely love that. I love to hear that you get it and you're just playing the game because it just takes attention. You got to go all in. Forget everything else. Do it for a week or two. Y'all know my favorite thing is 21 days because it takes 21 days to make a habit. That's just always been my assumption. So I use it. Well, I'm not going to change what's broken. 3 weeks is no time. Fine. I can wait 3 weeks. To get whatever the fuck I want, I can wait 3 weeks. That's okay. I'll do it. Go all in and watch the movement. And it don't even take 3 weeks. You're going to see it immediate. You're going to feel an immediate resonance. The moment you read the manual and understand what I'm saying, and the moment you utilize that remote along with what you understand from the manual, you're going to feel an immediate difference. It's a shift instantly. And those commands, whether you believe that or not, it is a fact. Command A is a fact. The companion command B, is also a fact. You don't have to believe that. When you affirm them, they are true instantly. Your heart knew that before you knew you existed. You received the heart way before your mind, and I can assure you it already knows that fact. That's why it's in the manual. This is where the manual came from, me saying that command, along with so many other synchronicities and ideas and thoughts in between along the way. Yes, please like the video. I appreciate it. I actually didn't understand the remote usage until today. Nice, Anita. Very nice. It all ties in together. It's in sync with each other. You got to go through your manual. I've been all in because it's been exactly, Becky, and it's fun, right? So much fun. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it is so much fun. Y'all, believe me, I be out in the world with my because y'all playing with me. I be out and pointing it to the world. I don't care. To whomever, about whatever. And I've used it more than once. And it's therapeutic. It's psychological. It's instant. So yeah. I'm glad that it's been fun for you all, truly. Anybody else have any questions? We got a few more minutes. The power button represents the OS. So all of your buttons are always on. That's why at the very top, it says all assignments running. So I don't want you to think, Anita, of the power button like turning on or off. No, there's no such thing. Manifestation is always happening. Think of it like that. The power button represents the OS. I use my power button when I want to put it back on God. The power button is Command A. Think of it like that. When all else fails, give it back to God. That's what your power button is for. So it's not on or off. Remember, all assignments running. They're always running. Just like manifesting is always running. Okay? But yeah. They deleted my comment on the 79. Yeah. WRS Command A. That is what your power button is. There is no turning off. This is why you don't, whether you know how to manifest or not, you're still going to manifest. And that representation of what manifestation is on page 1 of your manual. Hey, Zanny, we were just talking about the human operating manual, and I was going over certain functions and what it means, and how it's just a heart and mind cohesive game that you can utilize and play. I also explained to them that manifestation is on the actual chart of page 1. That is manifestation itself. And it's always running. It's always functioning. And when you know how it functions, it's going to make you a little more aware about how you think and what you choose to spend attention on. Because the same amount of attention that you use to complain, to doubt, to fear, you could have said Command A, you could have said Command B, or you could have pressed the button. We want to replace all of that so we can stay in our lane, get out of the way, and let the operating system do its job. And the operating system is going to do its job according to the way that we use our attention. Our attention, like a cursor, like the mouse, that's our job. That is our only job. Your job is not to manifest. How could it be when manifesting is always happening? Manifesting is on the chart. Manifesting is always happening. You need to know your role within the mechanism so you can let it happen. When you just be the avatar and play the role of the avatar, the operating system can do its work, what it does naturally on its own. We're talking Mac OS versus the YouTube app. All right. That's the avatar, the application. But the actual functioning, the system that makes it run is Mac OS, the operating system. Okay. I love the ease. It's been helping me sit in. Exactly. And that's a clear sign that it's working. A very clear sign. The first thing you're going to notice is ease, satisfaction, comfort, confidence. There's going to be a soothing feeling. That is coherence at play. There is a resonance here that we are borrowing. I already know that y'all know when you press a button, something should happen. And our batteries clearly ain't dead. The remote works as long as you got breath in your body. There is no batteries. You the battery. So think of it like that. That's why I don't want you to think of the power button as something you turn on and off. This is different. This is a universal remote that goes hand in hand with your human mechanism. There is no power off. There's give it back to God. Put the burdens on God. Put that doubt, that worry, that fearful thought you just had on God. Power. Because it's going to give you what? Power. Yes, I initially wanted a pause button, but manifesting is always happening. And the override and stillness button are like pause button. Exactly, Anita. That's why there is none. You're not pausing this. There is no pause. It's always happening. You can override and think something else, but you can't stop the manifestation system. It's going, that blueprint, it's always running. Why do you think Neville wanted you to visualize before going into sleep? Because you would shut it down, you go still. And where does that take you? Back to the operating system. It's in your manual. It's on the very first page. And I can assure you, I can relate the manual to anybody's video about manifestation. Anybody's lesson on manifestation, the manual will relate to. Everybody's. Because this is just how you function. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So yes, that's why I don't have a pause button. How does one break away from a cycle on fear and anxiety, all that, and get back to manifesting? Sorry to ask this. No, you can ask me whatever you want. And how does one break away from the cycle of fear and anxiety? Play the game. You need to replace your attention on the fact that there is fear and anxiety and replace it with something else, like an override. There's a manual and a remote for that. And when you're all in, those things dissipate. What cycle? What fear? What anxiety? These are mental things that just need to be replaced. Those are old scripts, old outdated code. Break what down exactly? How does one break away from a cycle on fear and anxiety? All that, and get back to manifesting by focusing. It's going to take your attention. You need to choose something else other than fear and anxiety. You want to focus on fear and anxiety, or you want to focus on something else? You want to focus on being fearless and confident. You can manifest calm. You can manifest confidence. That's on my page. And also by saying things like the command, put the fear and anxiety on the operating system. Exactly, Anita. The hard reset, master reset protocol. Yep. Put it back on it. It's not your job. Those things are coming from the avatar trying to figure it out, trying to operate the whole system on its own. Your wires are crossed. And the manual is going to help you rewire yourself, reset yourself. I also repeat what the button says out loud. and I make it my thoughts as I press it. Very nice. You know what starts happening to me? I know my remote by heart. Sometimes I press them in my head. That's a good sign too. When you start doing it automatically before you can even get to your remote, they start coming up in your mind, or you can see the buttons in your head, or you're saying the buttons in your mind or out loud, whatever. Very good. Yes, I am selling my manual. It's at tanisha.com. I'll put it in here so you can see. Yes, it goes well with the manual explaining the perspective of someone in each dimension of consciousness. Yes, exactly. It's general enough, neutral enough, yet potent enough for all of humanity. Thanks for being here, Zen. But yeah, and that's really important. I wanted it to be flat. I didn't want it to have too much hype and hoorah, because this is just standard. It's nothing hype about this. I need you to normalize this, because the sooner you do, the easier it's going to move. This is not, no, the so-and-so and how they make all of these different dramatic. No, this is welcome to the so-and-so. This is how you fucking work. This is what happens when you don't work it. Go have fun. That's it. I didn't make it no more than that. I'm over here like, damn, I'm saying it, but I have to press the button. So I'm glad you did. Yeah. Listen, your body doesn't know the difference. The reason why it's coming up is because it has already, that's your RTA, your reticular activating system at play. Knowing that usually when stuff like this comes up, we press this button now. That means you're doing a really good job. A really, really good job. That means you in it. And I love that. And you don't have to physically press them when you're at that space. Trust your imagination. Remember, this is what all of this is coming from anyway. But do not take imagination as something as frivolous or weak or child's play. No, we knew this as children for a reason. We need to get back there. Life was so much more grand, and just you were more curious and more playful and just more eager to know and learn and play. We need to get back to that. We've forgotten. Yeah, very good. It's my lock screen too. Absolutely. But yeah, we need to get back to that. And the manual and the remotes, they're simple, but they're fun, and they help you get back to that. Go play with them. Like, just be there with them. Really play with it. Read your manual. Lock it in. Make it familiar to your nervous system. Usually when we have these thoughts, now she presses this button or he presses this button. That's your system already saying, yeah, we won't deal with that shit no more. We on the bigger and better things. We overriding little stuff like that. Or we're choosing this instead. And eventually, through thought and through all of that repetition of focus, it's already showing you that it's working by building momentum on itself and presenting it to you as an option before you can even get to the remote. That's a clear sign that it's working. Keep going. And I'm proud of you. I find myself just saying my buttons sometimes like affirmations because I'm used to it now. I don't have to press them because I know that my nervous system doesn't care about the differentiation of the two. I do. The avatar does. And your manual tells you that. The attention on that mattering would only make it matter. Again, physical matter. And when you know your manual, it gives you the confidence to know these things. Like you know these things now, so you work and function and maneuver. You're going to move different. You're going to think different. You're going to be more calm to actually work the game and play it, because you're just going to realize this is just how this shit works. And when I work it, not only do I feel better, I'm actually seeing movement, or or I'm actually seeing things happen, or I'm actually getting, just like what Becky said, she was getting orders coming in. She used it for her orders just like I did. Yeah, because I'm replacing the doubts and the fears around not getting them with an actual button instead, or the command instead. This is a training thing. It takes a mental discipline to participate. And I did. I absolutely did. I just saved the remote on my phone, looking forward to using it. Nice, Anita. And yes, Ayo, I did lose a little weight. Finally hit goal. I'm going to lock it in right here. Don't worry. I don't plan on losing no more. But yes, you guys. I'm telling you, I don't think that, I mean, it's just the very beginning. The manual is probably a week old now. And so it's not going to be clear to everyone exactly what they have in hand. And I know that. I understand that. I understand the process of that. Well, Ayil, you say you look so much younger. Did you manifest it? I do have an affirmation that I say, which is the older I get, the finer I get. That's it. That's all I say. And whether I believe that or not, I just say it. So I guess, yeah, I did. The discipline would produce the results for sure. Yes, Becky, it's a mental discipline because it's an attention game. You have to be mentally disciplined to go all in. You have to be mentally disciplined to abide by the rules of the manual and actually use your remote, actually functioning in the way that it is suggesting to functioning. So you can see it for yourself. You're not going to see this just by thinking about doing it or one day I'll do it. You got to do it. Like, you got to just do it. And that's why I'm excited about the membership and the body cam videos that I'm going to be doing, because you're going to see me just do it. I'm going to just work it. If I got to carry my manual in my purse so y'all can see me in it, I will do that. You're going to see me pointing my remote at the world. You're going to see me pressing certain stacks for certain reasons, for certain intrusive thoughts. You're going to be right there with me as I play with my manual and my remote and control my world. And we're going to see together where it goes, because I'm just command. And if you know, you know. You got to have a manual to know. Because at the end of the day, this is on the OS. I'm just being moved because I'm playing the game. So wherever it's taking me, I'm just here for the ride. I'm going to keep pointing. I'm going to keep pressing my buttons. I'm going to keep saying the commands. I'm going to keep my attention there. The effortless action, the momentum, the movement, all of that is a toolkit unfolding from repetition of my attention. It is all inclusive. I don't have to do anything other than what I am doing. That is what the manual is going to teach you. And you're going to see that enough through repetition. And think about these words that I'm telling you all. If you've been here for a while, I have videos on all of this already. The manual was much after. I have videos on calm. I have videos on the hyphen. I have videos on stillness. I have videos on repetition. Coincidence? No. Because this is how it was always working. Whether I knew about the manual prior to or not, had no clue about it. Again, it's only a week old. And it's still birthed from it all. Still clarifying. I can go on every video on my channel with this manual and it will relate. I guarantee it, because it is related to human. It is going to relate to all things humane, especially when it comes to deliberate creation. This is not no frivolous ass shit that you have for $14. It's some real deal shit. This is some stuff that psychiatrists can use, hospitals could use, people around the world could use. Because if you knew how you work for real, you would care more about what the hell you got going on inside and not about everybody else. And the world would be such a better place. Worried about what color they is, worried about what sex they is, worried about who they like, worried about what how tall they are and worried about if they too short. Like, none of that would fucking matter. You would go within you. You would pay attention to whatever the fuck it is that you want. And then you would filter through all of that bullshit and attract the things that you want instead. Because none of that shit matters. It only matters because your attention is on it. Physical matter. What you fund with your attention will cost you. You want it to cost you something good or something bad? Something frivolous or something worth it? That's on you. That's the part I can't do for you. But the manual, I can give you that. I can provide some assistance. And again, you can get it at Tanisha.com. It's my first name.com. I can give you that and lead you to the water and pray to God that you drink it, because I promise you it's sweet. This ain't no ordinary water. It's got nectar in it. I love my manual. I read it every day throughout the day. You're a freaking genius. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, India. I've had long conversations with ChatGPT about this, and I've been hearing that genius word a lot. And I don't want to toot my own horn. But, yep. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it's me. Override. Because why not me? You see what I mean? It took a sense of stillness between attention and choice. I chose the stillness so I can make a better choice. Because why not fucking me? How about that? Override. Thank you. Toot it for me. I appreciate the tooting. Yep. But yeah, you guys, any other questions? I'm gonna see if we can push it to 1. That'll give us like maybe 10 more minutes. 14 more minutes. Just like the manual was $14. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, exactly. It's you because it's you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Truly. Anybody else got some questions, or maybe you want to ask me how you can use your remote with what the situation that you have? We all have the same universal remote. Maybe I can give you a suggested stack combination of buttons that you can press for a certain outcome. Kind of give you my thought process behind it, or why I suggest to actually press that button or those combinations of buttons. That would be cool. I mean, I would use me for that. What about the other remotes you post? I have custom remotes. The custom remotes are $44.44. And this is why. Because you're going to get my support with them as well. And more than likely, when I send it to you, you're going to say, oh, can you add this? Oh, I want one with this color. So that's going to take more time, and it's going to take more attention. So they're a little more. But they are a therapy tool. The manual will be tailored to you and whatever you created the remote for. So your situation, your circumstance, it will be tailored and custom to you. It will have certain intentions behind it from me based on what you tell me as well. I'm going to cover certain blind spots that I get from you when we have our Zoom call. And I need to update that on my manual. There is a Zoom call that comes with it because I need to hear you. I need to know what's going on in order to make it. So yeah, the Zoom call is quick, maybe 10, 15 minutes, just so I can get an idea of what we need to make the remote around. And then you'll get stat codes. You'll get the manual, like I said, and you can just add it just like you did the universal remote and go from there. But yeah. Those were prototypes. I mean, you can use them if you want. Those are mine. All of those were prototypes prior to the universal one. You can absolutely use those if you'd like. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. Nice. I love it too. And it just looks good on my phone. And I play with it all the time, y'all. I use the hell out of my remote. Like if it was real, the buttons would be worn out already. Like the letters and everything would be coming off already. It's like, damn, girl, you had this remote for a week. How the hell? Because I'm in it. And it's fun. It's so much fun. It's so much more satisfying. But yeah. What's the stack you would use if you were placing your awareness of your inner knowledge and wisdom and not the opinions around you? You want to place awareness on your inner knowledge and wisdom? Let's see. I would override any resistance you have around receiving clarity in stillness and then give it back to God. So override, clarity, stillness, power. That's what I would do. Override any resistance that you have around receiving clarity, which is inner knowledge. Your inner knowledge, the best knowledge you're going to get is from your inner stillness. The manual tells you why stillness sustains all of it. So override any resistance you have around receiving clarity from that stillness. You may have a heart and mind coherence around stillness, meaning absence, or stillness being nothing. So we want to just override that. And you'll get some motion. Play with those 3 buttons. Well, 4. So it's override, clarity, stillness, power. Okay, India? Anita, I want to set reminders on my phone to press stat codes throughout the day. I mean, you can if you want. You can play your system however you want to. If you're someone who enjoys structure, then yes. Me, I'm more of a free willy-nilly person, so I don't want to be restricted. I just press them when I think about it. Whether I do it physically or in my mind. Because now at this point, I just know my remote. Make phone cases with the button slightly raised so it can feel like a real remote in our hands if you can. Absolutely. That's a great idea. That's so cute. I am working on an app. So don't worry. India, thank you. Okay. You're welcome. Let me know how that goes too for you, India. Yeah, we're going to get to it. Again, I'm just command. It's one of those things that I asked for. I said that would be nice. So I'm just going to keep pressing my buttons and saying my commands around that. And we'll see if the OS moves me to do so. I'm sure it'll be, and that's what I love about it all, because the effortless action, the nudges of intuition that you're going to get from the OS is evidence of it working. These actions that you all are going to end up taking are going to be actions that nothing would have kept you from. Nothing. And they probably won't even feel like doing much. That's why they're called effortless. They're just nudges. They're just ideas. They're just, let me check that email. Let me make that phone call. And then something about all of those little things just turn into this whole other thing. You've probably experienced that once or twice in your life before. If you're existing, you've experienced it. I didn't even know doing this would have got me here. And if I didn't go here, I would have never spoke to so-and-so, which is how I ended up getting to so-and-so. You've had those kind of moments. Those random yet specific movements is your operating system being God. It is at play, at work, doing what it does best, especially with you out of the way. Without your attention being scattered and chaotic all over the damn place, there is so much more movement. And there's so much more satisfaction in those times when there's no movement or when you think there's no movement. The OS is always at play in the background. The top of your remote says it. It's always running. All assignments are always running. It's always doing it. You got to think about it. It is within everything that exists. All things that have consciousness or took consciousness to create is equipped with the OS, the energy of the OS. And it's in it all the damn time because manifestation on page 1, the actual blueprint system, we're calling that manifestation. It's always running. Going back to Anita's last point, this is why there's no pause button. I don't have a pause button on your remotes because you can't pause it. You think why you sleeping? God is just sleeping because you sleeping? No, it's in all the other fucking people that's still up with their awareness. And even while you're sleeping, you still have an awareness in you. It's just dormant because you're asleep. So how could it just shut off? How could it not be? It's an instant contradiction. There's just no way. So yeah. We got 4 minutes, you guys. And I'm thinking about going live on my TikTok from here, which is the same handle. I am Tanisha, to see if there's anybody over there that might have questions. So you can always follow me there too. So I think when I end here with you all, I'm going to go over there. I'll probably stay up just to see if someone comes on or has questions, maybe for another half an hour. But then after that, I'll be done for today. I'm responding to emails about people's orders. Okay. I know somebody was saying something about one of the orders is asking them about being a robot. And it just kept asking instead of letting them check out. I don't know if anybody else was experiencing that. I'm going to TikTok after this, like in 3 minutes. So I am Tanisha at TikTok. All of my handles are the same. Yeah, I am _Tanisha. And again, I'm just going to go over there to see if anyone else has questions or. Okay, perfect. I'll see you over there. Let's see if anybody wants some more clarity on the manual itself. Okay, let me put it up now. All right, you all. So I'm going to end this live. Again, I'm heading over to TikTok if you're interested or if you have more questions, but it looks like everybody is satisfied here. Once more, be sure to get your manual at tanisha.com. Any other services that I have, like the customer remote, there is a troubleshooting Q&A. If you need assistance with your manual or remote and you want to know how to personally tailor it to your life, all of those options are there as well. It's been a pleasure speaking with you all and answering some of your questions. And I hope that I gave you some clarity as well as resonance to how to apply your manual as well as utilize your remote for the satisfaction of your reality being exactly the way that you fucking want it to be. Okay. So take care, everybody. Stay well. And remember, go all in. Okay. You've gone all in everything else. You've gone all in doubt. We've already been all in with fear. What happens if we go all in with the manual and the remote? Okay. You're so welcome, Becky. And thank you. And I'm so happy that you're seeing results. That's so great. I love that. Keep playing, you guys, truly, because it's a game. Don't forget. Bye.